Welcome back viewers. In today's video we are going to check out the Tuxedo OS KDE desktop. So let us start. We are now booted into the Tuxedo OS KDE desktop. You have got the typical KDE panel at the bottom and this is the desktop with a Tuxedo wallpaper. You have got a Tuxedo computers watermark in the wallpaper. We will check out the applications that are available in category wise. So these are the typical KDE games: K Mahjong, K Mines, K Patience, and K Sudoku. In graphics, you have got the G1 View, LibreOffice Draw, Ocular Document Viewer, and Scanlight image scanning application. In internet section, you have got Firefox web browser, KDE Connect, KDE SMS, KTorrent BitTorrent downloader, open on connected device via KDE Connect, and the Thunderbird email client. In multimedia section, you got the Elisa player and the VLC media player. In office section, you got the LibreOffice suite and the Ocular document viewer. In science and math, you got the LibreOffice math. In settings, you got the KDE system settings. In the system section, you got the different KDE applications like Discover, Dolphin, K Info Center, KDE Partition Manager, K Console, K System Lock, K Wallet Manager, Muon Package Manager, Startup Disk Creator. So this is a nice addition. You can create a startup disk using the Startup Disk Creator and use it to repair your system. You got the system monitor. Let us check out the system monitor. So the memory usage right now is 1.2 GB of RAM. The installation size is around 8.9 GB. CPU usage is hovering between 3 to 9%. Let us check out the processes. So not many processes are there in system. Plasma shell is using typical 200 to 400 MB. The plasma system monitor is using around 109 MB. Tuxedo control center tray is using 97 MB. And some of the Tuxedo control center processes are using around 10 to 20 MB of memory. So rest there are many less processes running in the system, so that is nice. So this is the acceptable memory usage. So all Ubuntu systems with the KDE desktop, that is Ubuntu, uses 1.2 GB of RAM. Now we will go over to the directly to the Tuxedo control center. So in the Tuxedo section, you have got this Tuxedo control center and the Tuxedo web FAI creator. So let us open the Tuxedo control center. You are greeted by the dashboard. So this is the Tuxedo control center dashboard. You cannot check and control the CPU temperature. This feature is not available on the virtual machine as this is not a Tuxedo computer. So certain features are restricted on non-Tuxedo systems. In CPU frequency also, you are not seeing any working. It is not working. It is restricted here. Then you have got this profile settings. So here you can specify the CPU temperature, CPU frequency. You can change the brightness of the display and you can configure the active core. So you can have idle cores also. That will not work. Only the selected cores will be active. And you got a fan profile that is not working here. So many of the features are restricted here. Otherwise you can change the fan profile like balance, power, and there will be different and aggressive fan profile. So those 3 or 4 fan profiles are not available here. This is the profile section. So you got the 3 profiles. One is default, second is cool and breezy, and third is the power save extreme. So here you can see the fan profiles: balance, quiet, and silent. So 3 fan profiles are seen here. And there is this default custom profile and a new profile. So right now maybe we are using most possibly, no, we are using the default profile. And you can create a new profile to your liking. In the tools section, you have got the 2 tools. One tool is to change the cryptic password, that is the disk encryption password, and second is the shutdown timer. So you can specify the shutdown for your system, and then system will take a shutdown automatically on that given hour and minute. Then the Aquaris tool is there, but this is not working. It is a Bluetooth. It works on Bluetooth, so it is not working. Maybe this is some technology to connect with Bluetooth devices. So this is not working. It is restricted here in the virtual machine because this is not a Tuxedo computer. In the power profiles, you have got the display, fan control, webcam, system control, and the CPU settings. So this toggle fan table chart is also not working. So most of the features are not working. We'll go over to the battery profile. So battery profile is also not working. Now let us check out the settings section. So here in the settings section, you have got the default CPU settings and fan control that are activated by default. And in the theme section, you can change over from the light to dark and dark to light theme. So I have already changed and set it to the dark theme before we started this video. By default, it is light theme. Now in the support section, you have got this number which you can call and have a tele support. So tele support is available on this number, and Tuxedo online support is also available. So it will open up the support page of Tuxedo computers. So here you can check out the different Linux distributions that can be installed on a Tuxedo computer. So if you don't like the Tuxedo OS, you can go for the Linux distributions given here. So most major all Linux distributions can be installed on a Tuxedo computer. If you don't prefer the Tuxedo OS, here you can check out the hardware that is available on the stores for purchasing, and this is the section question and answer section. So for the typical questions, frequently asked questions, you can find the answers readily available here. You can check out the instructions and tips for the users here. You can check out the system recovery guide here, and this is the technical service section for the repair request. And you can contact the Ubuntu forums also, because since Tuxedo OS is based on Ubuntu, you can check out the Ubuntu forums for your questions. So those will also work in Tuxedo OS. And at the bottom, you can specify your name, email address, order number, RMA number, select your device, and select whether you are a corporate client or not. You can select the subject matter here, and then you can give the details for your queries and problems. And then you have to attach, if any screenshots are available for your problem, you have to attach those here. You have to pass this security question here, accept the privacy notice, and send it to the customer support team, and those people will contact you. I will close this. Now in the system diagnostics, you can input the ticket number that is given to you by the customer support team. You have to input the ticket number here, click on next, then the script will download and it will run the diagnostic script on your system, and the script will upload the results to the customer support team, and they will know that this is the problem with this computer or your system using the results of the script, and they will be able to help you. After you uploaded the information collection to the customer support team, they will ask you to install the AnyDesk app. So AnyDesk is a remote desktop client. So if you install this, they can take the control of your computer and then do the repairs for you. And finally, at the bottom, there is the restore system section where you can create the start WebFI creator. So this, what it will do is, I think it is not working or what. So what it will do is, it will download the ISO from the website, then it will open the Balena HR USB writer or the image writer, and then it will create the image. So you have to just input a fresh formatted USB drive in the USB slot and start the WebFI creator. So why it is not creating? So I will open up the WebFI creator. So this is nothing but the Balena HR. So they have modified the Balena HR. So you have to select whether your system is a desktop or a notebook. So I will select the notebook. What happens, you see? So it has selected the IPXE stick WebFi NB current ISO. So this is the ISO for the notebooks. Now you have to select the target. In target, you have to install a freshly formatted USB drive inside the USB slot, and it will get selected from here, and it will flash the ISO image downloaded from the Tuxedo computers in that USB, and you can use that USB for setting up your system again, or setting up the system on a fresh desktop or laptop again. So this is how it works. In the info section, you can see this is the info for the Tuxedo control center here. The changelog and the imprint is nothing but the your privacy, and I think it is the license also. Terms and condition, privacy, and I think it is the licensing also given here. So I will now shut this off. Now let us check out the updates. So some updates are available for installation. Let us check out. Okay, so around 127.9 MB of updates is there. So Tuxedo OS is based on Ubuntu, and Ubuntu regularly releases the updates and patches to the system. So you will be assured that Tuxedo OS will also get those patches because it is based on Ubuntu. So you have nothing to worry on part of updates. You will get them regularly. I will close this. Now most of this is a typical KDE desktop, so we will not go into the details of the KDE desktop. We have done and seen it many times. We will only check out the Tuxedo specific features. So we have already completed the Tuxedo control center and the Tuxedo WebFi creator. Now we will check out the wallpapers. So here you can see at the top the wallpapers are from the KDE organization, and at the bottom you have got the Tuxedo wallpaper. So what we will do is we will check out the Tuxedo wallpapers one by one. So let us start. This is the first Tuxedo wallpaper that we are currently in. Now we will check out the second Tuxedo wallpaper. So this looks quite cheerful and uplifting. Second wallpaper we will go. This one is also nice. This is the third wallpaper that we will check now. This also is very nice. This is the fourth one. This is another one. This wallpapers just looks like MX. The X looks like it is from the MX Linux, but it is from Tuxedo. But it has got a resemblance to MX Linux wallpaper. Even this one looks like the MX Linux wallpaper. They have got some similar wallpaper. This one is also nice. Very nice. Okay, not that great. Okay, this is also so and so. This gecko is good. This gecko lizard looks good. We go ahead. Okay, so we have completed the wallpapers. These are the all wallpapers that are available. So I will select one and keep with the wallpaper. So my favorite is this. I like this one. This is also Tuxedo control center, and you have got Tuxedo control center and favorites also. And with this I will stop the review here. We have checked out the Tuxedo OS KDE desktop. You can install the Tuxedo OS on your system, but keep it in mind. Okay, with this I will stop the detailed review of the Tuxedo OS KDE desktop here. You can install Tuxedo OS on any system. Now it is open for all the they have opened up and make the Tuxedo OS ISO available for all the systems. You can install them, but keep in mind Tuxedo control center won't work. The features of the Tuxedo control center will be restricted, like we have seen in the detailed review, but you can access the different controls of the KDE settings. So you can make this Tuxedo OS work properly on any system, it won't be an issue. Only the Tuxedo control center won't work, but the Tuxedo Wi-Fi startup disk creator, it will work. The installer disk creation will work. Only the Tuxedo control center won't work, or it will work partially. Some of the features will be disabled. Now, another observation that I have done is that this system is laggy. It is not the fastest KDE desktop I have checked, I have reviewed, or I have observed in recent years. But if you install it on bare metal, it will work better than what is right now. It is working on a virtual machine. So you can take a chance. You can install it. It might work better on your hardware. It is not working here on my hardware.